In the vast pantheon of ancient Egypt, countless gods shaped the spiritual and daily lives of its people. There was Ra, the sun god, Osiris, the ruler of the underworld, and Isis, the goddess of healing. But among these deities, one stood out as the closest companion to death, burials, and the afterlife: Anubis, the jackal-headed god, known as the guardian of tombs and the guide of souls into eternity. The story of Anubis is filled with symbolism, devotion, and ritual, passed down for thousands of years. In this narrative, we will explore his origins, his role in mythology, how he was depicted, and the legacy that still resonates with us today.
The name Anubis comes from Greek, but in ancient Egyptian, he was known as Inpu or Unpu, meaning the one who is pure. This title reflects his role in safeguarding the sanctity of death and burial. Anubis was often depicted as a man with the head of a jackal or a full black jackal. The color black was no accident. It symbolized both death and rebirth, mirroring the fertile black soil of the Nile. Jackals and wild dogs roamed around desert cemeteries, making them a natural symbol for a deity who guarded the dead.
In the earliest myths, Anubis was considered the chief god of the underworld, even before Osiris rose to prominence. Later, when Osiris became the lord of the afterlife, Anubis shifted roles to become his loyal protector and the guardian of souls. According to myth, Anubis was the son of Osiris and Nephthys, though some traditions claim he was born from Nephthys and Set. Regardless of his parentage, he was adopted and cared for by Isis, the faithful wife of Osiris. Anubis's close ties to Osiris and Isis reflect his vital role in death, resurrection, and the eternal journey of the soul.
Narrative. Anubis fulfilled several essential duties within Egyptian belief. God of mummification. He was believed to have invented embalming. Myth says that Anubis embalmed the body of Osiris after Set murdered him, making Osiris the first mummy. Priests who practiced mummification were considered to act under Anubis's divine guidance. Protector of tombs. Anubis defended graves from robbers, desecrators, and evil spirits. Statues and paintings of Anubis were placed in tombs as guardians. Guide of souls. Psychopomp. Anubis led the souls of the deceased through the dangerous journey into the underworld, ensuring their safe passage. The wearer of the heart. Perhaps his most famous role was in the weighing of the heart ceremony. In the Hall of Truth, Anubis weighed the heart of the dead against the feather of Ma'at, symbol of truth and justice. If the heart was lighter, the soul could enter the afterlife. If heavier, the heart was devoured by a Mit, the soul-destroying monster.
Narrative. Anubis was typically depicted as a man with a black jackal's head or as a reclining black jackal. He often carried the Ankh, symbol of life, and the Waz scepter, symbol of power. The black color symbolized more than death. It represented rebirth, regeneration, and the fertile soil of the Nile. Thus, Anubis embodied both the inevitability of death and the hope of renewal.
Unlike other gods, Anubis had few large temples dedicated to him. Instead, his worship was centered around tombs, burial sites, and funerary rituals. Priests who performed embalming often wore jackal masks, embodying Anubis during their sacred work. Families of the deceased offered prayers and sacrifices to Anubis, hoping for his protection and guidance for their loved ones in the afterlife.
Narrative. As Egyptian mythology developed, Osiris became the supreme ruler of the underworld, and Anubis' role evolved. He was no longer the lord of the dead, but the indispensable guardian of burial rites and judge of the soul's purity. During the Greco-Roman era, Anubis was merged with the Greek god Hermes, who also guided souls. This fusion created Hermanubis, a figure worshipped in later times.
Anubis's influence extends far beyond ancient Egypt. In modern times, he often appears in films, novels, and games as a mysterious figure of death and the afterlife. His iconic black jackal head instantly conveys both awe and dread, making him one of the most recognizable Egyptian gods. The ritual of weighing the heart continues to inspire spiritual reflection. It reminds us that every action in life matters, and justice is inevitable, even beyond death.
Narrative. Why did the Egyptians devote such reverence to Anubis? Because he embodied both their fear and their hope regarding death. Death was an unavoidable passage, and Anubis was the protector who guided souls safely into eternity. He was not a god of terror, but a comforting figure, one who ensured that death was not an end, but a transition.
Narrative. Anubis stands as a timeless symbol of death, justice, and protection. He teaches that death is not to be feared, but embraced as a doorway to rebirth. He reminds us that our deeds will be measured, and that justice prevails beyond this world. Though the civilization of ancient Egypt has long since fallen, Anubis lives on, in art, in memory, and in the imagination of humankind. Even today, when we see his jackal-headed figure, we feel the same sense of mystery and reverence that the Egyptians felt thousands of years ago.